a milli rocket. Skin clear, still look young, Andy Miller knockers. Money in my pocket, don't call me a money pocket. Engine get to rocket, it sound like a thunder rocket. Yeah, I still love my baby even when it's toxic. Crazy like she Britney, but no, she don't shade the noggin. Russell Wilson way I get low and stay in the pocket. I get paid and do my dance like a touchdown. Yeah, I can't do no time, don't leave that gun around. In my teens, we were acting up and running around. Now we're grown, still get to it if it's necessary. On the ground from January to January. Never met nobody who retired when they were young. So I guess I gotta get it to the cemetery. Getting paid just for rapping is fun. I lit up around a month in every February. Told them side, no electric. It's getting hectic. 777. 777. Yeah. Told them slide, no electric. Yeah, it's getting hectic. 777. Yeah. 777. Couple of money in my head just to say they did it. Can't lie, I'm so paranoid and the windows tinted. I own everything around me, you can say it's rented. Not talking phone numbers when I'm talking 7 digits. Earn it by the day, every second minute. Used to pay me none, look, now they pay attention. Everybody say they drip, but I banded it. See them copy all the looks, but I stay switching. Pick up the loot, then hit the bank. Can't never change, still wrote the change. Captain say the pay, this ain't the day. They made me wait, I'm breaking chains. Yeah. Told me feeling bubbly off the rose. Took a minute, but I got it out the slow way. Friends turn to foes, haters tell them go away. Rappers making shiggy dance like a soul train. Told them slide, no electric. Yeah, it's getting hectic. 777. 777. Yeah. Told them slide, no electric. Yeah, it's getting hectic. 777. Yeah. 777.
see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I've been on the flex since flex zone. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Yo, squad shady, my bros raw. No breaks, we go. Throw shade, that's a no. Go high, go low. Like spinning in a 644. Cash money like 504. Ball like AD24. No sleep, need more. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. Ooh, I'm a real one, my day ones. Try speak up, can't say none. Try dig dirt, there ain't none. I make the money that save up. 10 to 80, my save ones. Take to the top on the baseline. New car, race on. Fast lane, pace on. With the booyah, that's a flex. Not human, I ain't from another planet. I'ma teleport, might vanish. I'ma wake up, do damage. Jordan number 7, East Bordeaux. Working all night, need more though. I remember nights I was poor though. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up.
Life is funny and sometimes strange. It seldom turns out the way you think. But if you want some good advice, I can offer this small wink. You'll find that a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. If you are so lucky as to find someone with whom to spend your every day, that's in itself a journey, a lifetime of endless study, and you won't master it anyway. But know that a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. And maybe bring the flowers on a weekday. Go see an old matinee. Find out what her heart is dreaming of. Make plans for a holiday. You can find your own getaway. A little goes a long way for love. You should know that a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love, baby. A little goes a long way for love, yeah. A little goes a long way for love.
I know that I just met you, but you look, oh girl, you blow my mind. I know
What's going on?
Cause I'll find a better one. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Ooh. So tell you goodnight. Cause I'll find a better one.
All right, coming in with the strong hand.
Susceptible now. Before the moment flies.
How we doing tonight, people?
It's not a problem.
It's time to talk that stuff.
'Cause I know what
Where the bona fide bad chicks? Where my high value dudes at?
nothing can stop me.
If you are sensitive, if you think money doesn't matter, you might want to leave tonight because your feelings gonna get hurt. Come on.
I follow. No need to
High value is not about money, it's about character. There's a broke dude.
I follow to the edge.
$1, $2, $3, $4.
So tell you goodnight. 'Cause I'll find a better one.
Oh, it's time to talk that stuff tonight, baby.
Susceptible
Friday night.
before the moment flies.
Well, if he's such a high value man, why is he single? Who said I'm single? You'll never know about my woman. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that hurt your feelings? What's going on, people? What's going on? Welcome back. Sorry about being late tonight. I had a little car issue. Becky is sick. Becky she's on her cycle. Becky's sick. What does that mean? She's on her cycle. It means she got a little issue right now. With all this heat and all this temperature, it's jacked up, man. It's hot here in Atlanta. So, if you've ever had a leak, I gotta get a hose replaced. But good thing it ain't no big deal. Ain't nothing but a quick call to the AAA, because grown damn men have good insurance. They have AAA. We do stuff like that. So it ain't nothing but a quick phone call and a nice air-conditioned ride over to the BMW spot for your appointment on Monday while they go ahead and handle that. Do me a favor, guys. As of last couple of days, YouTube is doing something different with notifications. I've heard the people aren't getting their notifications. So what I need you to do me a favor is, if you can, I need you to go to the bell. I need you to go to the bell and make sure that, one, make sure that you're currently still subscribed. Two, that the bell is set to all, not occasional, but to all. And then number three, if you would do me a favor and click that share button to either your Twitter or to your Facebook, or even just to your community wall. Just click it and share it somewhere. Share it on your community wall. Let people know we're live. Okay. So tonight is going to hurt some feelings, because I'm tired of this tiptoeing around what we know to be true. CIA. Men should be CIA. Confident, intelligent, and assertive. When men are CIA, you're living your best life. Confident, intelligent. A lot of guys got the intelligent part, but see, it's the confidence part that a lot of guys suffer on outside of their area of expertise. Some guys are confident in their intelligence, but they're not confident anywhere else. We got to talk about it. Therefore, they don't assert. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's a major problem with guys 21 to 35 being some rejection scared, timid, afraid to assert men. If you cannot get over your fear of assertion, you will never become successful. You will always be living life reactive instead of proactive, living life in a regret standpoint. You will never get to the next point of being competitive, intriguing, and aggressive. See, asserting is the barrier to entry to real manhood. Asserting. Second level is becoming competitive, intriguing, and aggressive. If you can't assert, we don't have to worry about you being aggressive. And then last is becoming bold, ambitious, and generous. And that's what we're going to talk about, high value men. Who was the guy that was in here earlier? What was the guy's name? Some dude. Hey, some dude. Some dude came in and said, being a high value man is not about money. It's about character. No, it's not. It is not about character first. Being a high value man is determined by the other men, and it is always about money first. You cannot be a high value homeless man. You cannot be high value on fries at McDonald's. Just go ahead and say it. You don't have the kind of money that you need to be high value. So you want to change the game. You want to change the way things are determined. You don't have the money to be high value, so you want to try to be high value on $50,000 a year. Hey, bro, that's not going to happen. So just be cool with who you are. But anybody that comes in talking about we need to stop worrying about money, get them off of here. Because that's not even a grown man thing. That's just weak. We live in a capitalistic country, and black men are at the bottom. Yes, we need money and lots of it. The reason most black women don't respect your black ass is because you don't have enough money. You know, to know one thing that shuts black women up? Work. Shut them straight up. Show your work and get some results. They may not like you, but they'll shut up. So, you're a car guy. I don't care what you are. You got a Batman symbol. Nobody takes a dude with a Batman symbol seriously. And you brought this attention to yourself. Because instead of just sitting over there in the shadows like Batman, you decided to stick your head up and try to go blow for blow with high value dudes over here. And that's not going to work. High value homeless. It don't work. No, here's where it starts. It starts at about $10,000 a month. I didn't make the rules, gentlemen. If you're not in the 6-figure club, you're not in the high value club. I didn't make the rules, gentlemen. Deal with it. Or don't. Neither the men who are high value don't care. See, high value men what they don't argue about is they don't argue about whether or not money requires things. They don't argue about a lot of stuff. They don't argue about, game and looks and this. And the truly high value men they got so much going for them that they can choose to win any kind of way. So, all right, dude, let me go ahead and help you out of here. If you make $600,000, go ahead somewhere else. Sure you do. Bye-bye. He makes $600,000. Go on back and play with your bat kit. I believe a $600,000 dude with a Batman signal. No, not gonna happen. And even if you do, I don't want your argumentative ass over here. How about that? I got zero tolerance. See, I'll deal with argumentative women, but I'm not gonna deal with argumentative men. We know what this world is. And if you're trying to say this Mickey Ficky is actually trying to say he makes 600 plus, but we shouldn't evaluate high value on money. Are you serious? Like I was saying, Henry dates well. The high value lifestyle. And what that guy just showed is money is the entry point, but it's not the only marker. With that mentality, not high value. You can have a lot of money and still not be high value. Let's go that route. You can have a lot of money and still not be high value. Go back to the broadcast that I talked about. You have to have money and or resources. People have to know where your money comes from. It has to be verifiable. There needs to be some sort of track record because it's determined by other men and it's universal. But see, 2 tracks. Truly Henry's, the high earners, not rich yet, that was a term that was coined by Forbes. That was a term for a group of people, millennials, early Generation X, millennials, and zennials. They're not choosing to save their money and live after retirement. They're choosing to live their life. The new tech money that's in the technology corridor. You're talking about, they instead of going to buy a home, they're getting a smaller condo. They're driving their BMW. They're eating sushi, and they're doing Pilates and all kind of. Look, it's a different way. It's almost like a retwist on the 80s yuppie. And I would tell you this: women in this high value lifestyle are the kind of women a lot of men want. I'm not talking, when I say, can you handle a bad chick? I'm not talking about any Instagram model. I'm not talking about women that be twerking on OnlyFans. That's not what I'm talking about. Let me tell you what a bad chick is. The bad chick either went to an HBCU or a PWI. She probably graduated at about a 3.0, a degree in marketing, finance. She graduated. She didn't go science, engineering, technology, and math, but she was more than likely in a sorority. She was an it girl. While you're at the college campus, the football players, the Ravens and the Cowboys and the Giants and the Dolphins, they was trying to holler at her. She was getting flued out. Like Rebecca Lynn Pope used to talk about herself. The kind of woman that knew when she graduated, she was going to be dating Henrys. That's all she deals with is Henrys. Always has dealt with Henrys. You now go ahead and we're like, well, getting flued out. Understand something. If you don't have the kind of money these guys have, see, a lot of mistakes is a lot of guys think that these women are sleeping with everybody that does something for them. And I'm going to tell you right now, no. Bonafide bad chicks can have 10 guys in their phone all giving her something. And she may be having sex with 2 of them. Probably 1. I've known bad chicks my entire life and I know how they roll. They got guys for everything. This is sushi guy. This is pho guy. This is steak guy. This is so-and-so guy. This is the guy. They got guys. And here's the thing. They have guys who are high value in their phones, in their lives, and they both know what they're getting. She may be a muse to him, and she may be his muse, and for him, she's his bad chick. And this is what I mean, Henry dates. We're going to talk about it tonight because a lot of what I've heard often is guys, you want bona fide 8s, 9s, and 10s, but you don't want to pay for it. Beauty costs. And these women have long ago divorced themselves of caring about how you feel about their beauty costing. I love women like this, by the way. This is my kind of woman. The kind of woman that knows she's a bad chick, knows that she's beautiful, knows that it costs, knows that she is priced outside of your market. And if you're not willing to pay the cost, she ain't gonna argue with you. She's not masculine. She's not overbearing. She just knows what it is. See, we've kind of got to the point to where we put women in the category of either ratchets or stots or strags or this or that. But there are women out there that are Henry's counterpart. Remember the power couple thing that I said, the myth of the power couple? Well, these are the 2 people that the power couple was built on. Now, them getting together That's an unlikely scenario because Henry's and her, they tend to clash in public. It's sad that they clash because they don't have to. See, if you have Phoebe or Gidget, or if you have Phoebe over here, not Gidget, if you have Phoebe over here with Henry, without the public pressure and all the trying to be the power couple, if they could just work together, each one could help each other build. It happens in other groups all the time. It just has to be a decision to be like, I'm going to use Will and Jada a lot. Like it or not, Will and Jada on that Red Table Talk gave Black America a lot of get out of jail free cards. Will got with Jada because she gave him a little bit more edge and street cred. Jada got with Will because he was Mr. Golden Guy and All American. And honestly, if August hadn't come out, their business still would have been hush hush. Let's talk about it. Bonafide bad chick. Bonafide, and looking at what Henry does. Henry dates well. I'm gonna ask you, how many guys when's the last time you actually took someone out on an actual date? If you personally consider yourself to be a high value man, when's the last time you took someone on a date? And see, I know that there are certain channels out here where people talk about high value lifestyle, mindset, and all this other stuff. High value is more than just your money. It's more than just your mindset. High value and loner is ironic. Truly high value men are not loners. Why? Because they're useful to the group. What's the question mark? What happens when dude, that's a broke man's question. Let me go ahead and help this dude out. See, this is a broke man's question right here. This is a broke, I'm going to highlight these broke fear-based questions out. Okay. What happens when her looks decline over time and your money increases? What do you care? Why is that even a question? See, truly high value men and mindsets, they don't worry about guarantees. A lot of you guys who want to be something, that's why I say don't stop trying to strive for something you really don't know what it is. Because you cannot have a scarcity mentality, a fear-based mindset, always being timid, tentative, risk-averse, hating rejection, and wanting guarantees. Ain't nothing sexy about a man like that. Nobody wants to be around a man like that. Now, if that's who you are, cool. But understand, you're not going to get the kind of glow you want, the aura of high value with that negative of a mindset. The only way you're going to get that high value glow, that high value mindset, that gate, that frame, is that confidence that what you exude is to have the world is mine. I can get anything I want. The dudes that shoot their shot. I went into my group the other day and I said, shoot your damn shot. Time out for being timid, hyper liking of posts, and giving off these eternal friend vibes. Shoot your shot or die in friend zoned or die in regretful cowardice. Shoot your damn shot. I should not have to be telling if you're truly what you say you are, then you have to be assertive. Let's talk about it. When was the last time you asserted? At what? I moved from Oklahoma to Atlanta. I moved from Oklahoma to Atlanta just like that. In Atlanta, before COVID, I had gone to 8 private parties inside of 2 months. the things I've been doing here in the last couple of 3 weeks, wait till you that you being assertive can help overcome your lack of money. You can be a low six-figure earner, but be high in assertion and increase in value, because men like to be around assertive men. Being assertive is the key to it all. Assertive increases your confidence, but you got to be willing to take some L's. You got to be willing to take some risks. You got to be willing to shoot your shot at that fine woman. Let's get to it. When was the last time you saw a bona fide? When was the last time you actually went and hollered at in person, or lacking that online, a woman that you thought was a bona fide bad one? You stepped to her with the intent to get with her. I mean, I don't mean you stepped to her and said, "Hey, how you doing?" I mean, you stepped to her with a man's intent. Women in their 20s and guys in their 30s. This is why I say so many of you guys from 18 to 30, you would really do better keeping your head down, working towards your purpose, getting your head together, working with a coach, and then shooting your shot at younger women once you cross 30, because unfortunately in your 20s, from 18 to 25, women are on the increase and guys are slowly here. The only way you really catch up is when you get on the other side of 30. But see, Xanatos Clutch, shout out to him. He mentioned this a while ago. Too oftentimes guys over here get confused, thinking because they have science, engineering, technology, math, because they have money and resources, that overcomes their social awkwardness or their lack of social skills. So what is it like? So what am I basically painting a picture of? There's a lot of bad chicks out here that are unattached, and they're waiting for you guys to get your shit together. There are a lot of bad chicks out here who are single AF and ready to be trained. And when I use this word trained, understand what I'm saying. Everybody has to train folks how to treat you. Every man has to train his woman on how he likes to be treated. But in order to get a bona fide bad chick to be Mrs. Henry, she's gonna be a little bit more spirited. She's gonna buck a little bit. You want that. You want that little tight body and that little waist and that little nice hips and that nice butt and the beauty. You want it. You're gonna have to break it. And she's waiting. And there are so many women that are waiting for guys to step into what they know they need to do. So tonight we're gonna talk about it. Henry dates. For real dates. Not Netflix and chill. Reservations dating. He's going out and she's there as his company. The big problem is assertion. So you can't get upset when you see a bona fide bad chick and she's in a rotation of 3 or 4 by some other guy, because he had the guts to actually, because he had the confidence to actually speak up and go for what he wanted. Now, there are women out there that actually feel like they are bad chicks. You're a bad chick. We got to talk about this one too. What makes you a bad chick? You may be earning more than the average bear. But I said it the other day. What do you qualify? Are you qualified for the kind of guy you want? When you hear women say, oh, I can't find a man. Well, what kind of guys are you looking for? See, in our culture, we were taught that you should pick somebody roughly your own age. And that's never going to work, especially in an open market. The men and women have to have an age gap and an age gap. There have to be a gap between both sides. It is going to be it's going to be very hard to date a bona fide bad chick, a bona fide bad woman, and you're roughly the same age. If you're roughly the same age and she's making roughly the same amount of money, hypergamy is going to kick in. It's going to be her nature to always be looking for something bigger. How many times have you seen, what was it on cruise season? He has to be making twice, double or 3 times what I'm making. Guys, that's real. Black women want you to be making enough money to pay all the bills, whether they say it or not. They want you to make enough money to pay all the bills, whether they say it or not. And here's the thing. I don't have a real problem with this. I just say you got to know what it is you're going for. Know what it is you're going for. Know what it is you want. Yeah, YouTube is doing something with notifications right now. So let me see something. But tonight, we're going to have an open call in. We're going to have open call in. I'll take questions from men and women. We're going to have an open call in but here's the thing. It's got to be towards high value. That's where I am. I really can't, I don't want to be high value, and I need to be dealing with at least our culture. I mean, you can watch from any place else, but that's what it is. If you want to call in, yeah, crickets. See, when I start talking to the ladies, a lot of you guys are getting excited. Yeah, give her the business, give her the business, give her the slap, give her the slap, give her the taps and all this other stuff. But when I start talking about being competitive, getting them ends up, when I talk about becoming the kind of man that women want to be with, when I talk about becoming the kind of man that, I mean, do you even know how to plan a date? I mean, are you interesting or are you just boring? If a bona fide baddie shot you choosing signals and made it easy for you to come in, could you even plan anything? I mean, really? It ain't her job to do everything. Her job is to look damn good on your arm. But your job is to make sure you show her off. That's right. Your job is to make sure you show her off. Not keep her in the house. Show her off. You want her to stay in the gym, had that nice little body, and so she had a little black dress, and great. Then she needs to be out. She needs to be out so she can work her magic for herself and for you. But here we go. Some guys like, oh man, man, I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have. Okay, well then enjoy. And enjoy them value meal girls. I don't deal with value meal women. I don't deal with value meal women. And I don't begrudge bad chicks what they're worth. You know, Hermes is what Hermes is. Hermes doesn't have a sale just to please the market. Let's get these likes up. Hermes doesn't have a sale to prove the market up.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work.
Now I shouldn't have to spend no money to have a beautiful woman. Yeah, you should.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos malos buenos y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo. Money world. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación.
Beauty costs, gentlemen.
Pedí perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work, yeah. El mundo quiere dinero, yeah, yeah. Money work, se arregla con dinero, yeah. Money work, de corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, yeah, de corazón. Yeah. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Looney.
There it is, man. Money world. Money world. Beauty costs, gentlemen. Beauty costs. And I, for one, am glad it costs. I am happy that beauty costs. That means I can get it. That means I can get it and guys like myself can get it because we are willing to do the work. I am glad that it's expensive because that means if you have it, that means you did. That means you did what it takes to get it. It's a status symbol. That's right. It's a status symbol. Beautiful women are status symbols. Bad chicks are status symbols. Like it or not, you don't get them for free. You don't get them because you have good morals. You don't get them because you're a great guy. You gotta be all that and then some. And that's it. Some folks don't like that. Oh, don't really matter if you like it or not. You still gonna have to do what if you want it. Bad chicks cost. Now, the funny thing is, if you were trying to ask a bad chick's price and you're not a bad chick, then you may have some issues. See, you cannot be an average chick asking for. You can't be a Civic asking for Mercedes prices. You know, like when I go get my car fixed, I'm already when you take a BMW in, you might as well be assuming at least $1,000. Take a BMW in, you might as well be assuming at least $1,000. That's just when you pull it in. Oil change, not $1,000. When you pull it in, you gotta pay. And if they often tell you that it's not the cost of the car, it's the maintenance. But see, if you can't afford to keep my car, I have a white BMW. I call it Becky. If you can't afford to keep the car, don't buy it. If you can't afford to keep it, don't buy it. And you should have nothing as a man that you can't afford, that you can't protect or defend. All right. Doctor, who is this? Hello. Yes, what's your first name? That's your aunt's account? Why are you calling in on your aunt's account? Okay. This is already starting out crazy, but what's up? What's the question? I don't know, dude. You tell me. You're a grown goddamn man. Why are you calling me, asking me what are you? And you're a law student. How old are you? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I was being kind of Are you serious? Let me back up. At 30 years old, a law student, were you raised with mom and dad? Where's your father? Is he married to your mother? Okay, so you weren't raised with mom and dad strictly. Okay, what did your dad tell you you were? Okay, well, all right. All right, well, you're not really cut out for this call, but see, what do you want out of life? Because, see, if you're 30 years old, you should be teaching the 16-year-olds, not 30 trying to figure out what's going on from a guy on YouTube you never met. If you have a father, your father should have gave you your name and told you who you were and pointed you in the direction. If that's not the case, you're going to need therapy and a coach because you're going to law school to do what? For what? For what reason? For what reason? Why you want to do that? So you got to be a lawyer to do that? Okay, man. I got seven more people. I need you to get to the. Okay, I think you need to book a consult, man, because you seem like you're lost, and I can't really help you at 30. See, at 30 years old, you should have a sense of purpose. Telling me you want to go to law school to help black people. Telling me you're going to law school because you want to help black people. Because what do you want? Where are your balls at? What does that mean? When was the last time? When was the last time you had a girlfriend? That's your problem. When was the last time you had a really solid, beautiful woman by your side? That's your problem. That's your problem. You're not gonna play Monopoly and all the other kind of stuff until you get your confidence together. All the stuff you're talking about, man, sounds good, but I got to get on to the next call, dude. There's no confidence in your voice. I hear what you're saying you want, and I'm trying to be as direct as I can and help you. But at 30 years old, you should really have known where you want to be, know why you're in law school, and be able to tell me pretty quickly. I still don't know why you want to do it. And I think at the end of the day, most guys go to law school because they want to make a lot of money. Okay, then don't bullshit me. That's what I asked you up front. And if you had the balls to say it, you'd have been better off. Your balls should have said, I'm going to law school to make a lot of damn money so I can be a boss. But no, I, I don't. I would have. All right, dude. I'm not trying to play games with you, but you're on your aunt's account. You're not on your personal statement. You're on my show. And this is the problem today we have with so many young guys. Confidence. If you cannot stand being challenged a little bit on a call, how do you expect to compete out there in the world? Some of you guys may have been, that's kind of harsh, Kevin. No, 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 no. 30-year-old black man needs to be able to compete. You shouldn't run. You should stand 10 toes down and fight. But we've taught our boys to flee. And this is why so many of the women seem to be in such a stronger position than some of the guys. This is why guys like that say they want to go to law school and make money so they can have that bona fide bad chick or whatever, and they can't keep none of it. Hello? First name. First name, please. Okay. What do you, Zoe? That's not your name in the meeting room. What do you have for me? First off, how old are you? What do you have for me on the topic? Are you a bona fide bad chick? Really? Huh. Came up. You damn right. Either you came up and stop the laughing and giggling because I don't have time to play with you. So I thought a little silly looking picture, not a bona fide bad chick at all. See, this is where we're at, gentlemen. Uh huh. Uh huh. I'm a bona fide bad chick. Right. Guys, if you can't handle, here's the thing: at 30 years old, you need what is this? Hello? At 30 years old, you should know what you want to do. Hello? You need to unmute yourself. Hello? First name. How old are you, Jason? Um, I can barely hear you, man. I need you to speak up. Okay. All righty. You need to speak up, man. I can't hear you. All right. Hello? You're another Jason. Jason, how are you? You're another Jason. I'm good. How old are you? Okay, you're a bit young for this phone call. What do you have on the topic? Okay. Hold on. You were at the prom 2 years ago. Well, that's unfortunate. But if you could have gone to prom, you would have been 2 years ago. How at 20 years old? I'm trying to understand where you're at in this conversation. Is this a theory you have, or is something you actually know? Okay, tell me how you went about. Tell me how you've come to this knowledge. Okay, so that just means your penis works. Okay, are you okay? What do you do for a living? And what city are you in? And how much are you making annually? So you're making less than $30,000 a year in Chicago with a kid. Young man, um, you're broke. To be a high value man, you have to have money. High value. Where's the money? How? How? What skills do you? What skill? No, no. See, broke middle. That's broke thinking. You don't save to become rich. What skills do you have? Uh huh. Okay. Um, Instead of worrying about high value and things like that, and watching these kind of channels, um, a trade would be good. But trying to think about things that are really outside of your scope right now as a distraction. I'm trying to be as general as I can, but at 20, with a 9 month old, you've already put yourself in a precarious position. You're not in college. Did you graduate from high school? Or did you graduate or did you get a GED? Okay, sir, this is all kinds of bad. You need to get a trade, and you need to get a trade um, as soon as possible. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and move to the next call because this isn't really a call for you at this point. Thank you for calling in. See, and the reason I went down that path is, guys, I'm hearing a lot of guys talking about this sexual energy transmutation. That's just wasted time. Wasted time. Okay, Jason, I can. Thank you. How old are you? Good. Okay. Where do you live? South Florida. What city is in South Florida? I don't know you. Okay. So, what do you have for me on the topic of how are you being a high value male or dating a bad chick? What do you have for me on this? Okay. Mm-hmm. And what are you doing down there? What are you doing down in West Palm Beach? What do you do for a living? What's your profession? What? Oh, okay. Uh, are you still doing that during this time? How long you been out of work? See, and this is a problem I have. Why are you calling in on this subject? Y'all make me do this. I mean, you're 40 years old and you've been out of work for a year and a half calling on a high value show. Is this really the show you should be calling in on? Okay, but are you a high value man? Okay, I'll have to go there. How much did you make annually as a machinist? Then okay. Okay, then have you ever crossed six figures? Then, sir, high value starts at hold on, listen to me. Listen to me. High value starts with making $100,000 or $10,000 a month, roughly $100,000 a year for at least 5 years. It's not just one time. You have to do it repeatedly. And see, you're old enough. Hold on, listen. I'm gonna try to make this usable. You and I, we're roughly in the same age. Man, you know this. In order to be a high value man, you have to have a track record of financial success so people can put you in that category. But why not? But I'm not saying that high value or trash. That's not it. But you're not there. So when you are calling in to give your opinion, you're giving your opinion on something that you are not. But it's calling. Like, open the call line. Are you trying? See, I asked you what you're here for. If you were saying I want to learn how to become a high value man, or that's one thing, but you're actually talking to people and tell guys how to do it. That's an opinion. Well, first off, let me tell you first off, how to become better at it. There's no way you accept being off for a year and a half and not getting the check. There's no way you can accept it. At 40 years old, I should not. Okay, I should not tell a 40-year-old man that you need to go to McDonald's, go to Burger King, go to the day labor center, go do what you got to do. But you cannot not have a job in a year and a half. And see, high value is so far away. You got to get back to just normal. Okay, I can't. That's all I can. I got to get on to the next subject, man. This is not for you right now. But I'm not trying to be rude, brother. But it's just I got a show to run, and I don't know what else to tell you. You 40 years old and haven't had a job in a year and a half. Talking about high value. You got to get back to working. No, just no, no. All right. So here's what's gonna happen. Everybody that's waiting to get in, I'm gonna start in. There are 24 people waiting. Yeah, and we got the trolls coming in. So if I can't hear you, you will be put out. Tina, you need to unmute yourself. And uh, I was raised in home. What is that? Who am I speaking with? Tina? Hi, how are you? Good. Are you a bona fide bad chick? Okay. How old are you? How old are you? 32. How tall are you? 5'11", almost 6 feet tall. What dress size? Hmm? Size 10? I didn't hear what the last part is, but okay. Um, how much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself? Wow. And if you had to rank yourself on just your face, scale to 1 to 10, you can't use 7. What would you rank yourself? Okay. 6. Then what makes you say you're a bona fide bad chick if you're a 6? But you can't even be a bad chick at 7. You can't even be a bad chick or at 7. But I'll go with it. But you've been told what? Hey? Yeah. Well, I discussed no. See, I discussed now. I want to be clear. I discuss men who are Henrys. I don't discuss women's income. But today we are talking a little bit different. Are you a high earning woman? Are you a high earning woman? How much did you earn last year? Living where? Well, that's not bad for Oklahoma City, but it's still okay. Um, if you're 5'11" and you're 32, have you ever been engaged? I couldn't hear you. I didn't hear you. You say yes or no. You said, so why didn't you guys get married? I said, have you ever been engaged? All right. So see, bad chicks have like men checking for them, trying to marry them, trying to wife them. You may be a above average earning woman, but if no one's tried to wife you, what does that say? Well, that's okay, but whose fault is that? But let me before you get to the next part. I'm curious. I'm just curious. Why did you let yourself after college and law school? When you're right there, why'd you let yourself go? Hmm. I know people say my sound is out, but hold on. Um. Okay. Oh, I see. There we go. I'm sorry. Y'all didn't miss anything. You got y'all didn't miss anything. Y'all just had two calls. One guy, y'all didn't miss anything with the other two calls. You'll hear it on the replay. Um, now I have Tina. Tina here. She's 32, Oklahoma City, 5'11", about 180 pounds. Saying that we're debating this whole bad chick thing. When you're saying you let yourself go out of college because of the food. But I don't understand that because I work with attorneys my entire career, and you know
Hmm.
that a woman's looks matter.
So for me, in all honesty, up until maybe 2 or 3 years, I really wasn't operating under the guise of femininity. And so,
So you weren't. So basically, were your mother and father married,
yes, they were.
and your father raised you?
No, she divorced my dad, but then she got remarried to a stepfather that raised me up through college.
Okay. So basically, like so many black women, men were not really what you were worried about. You were worried about your career and
Exactly.
everything else, and now you're
Yep.
suffering for it, and that as you should. So what do you tell younger women? What do you tell younger women who are like 18 years old going into college?
Oh, what I would tell them now is that's cool. Go to school, but secure your husband now.
And I don't think we should tell them it's
Be
cool
looking
go to
for
school. I
him
think we
now.
should really stress it because at your age, ma'am, finding a with your income, it's gonna be hard to find a man. It's gonna be hard to find a man, especially in Oklahoma City. I lived in Oklahoma City. 85, $100,000 men in Oklahoma City, black men, they're like three of them that are single. I'm sorry, two of them, and I left.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So what are you doing about it? Sound like you better move.
Well, like I said,
You better move.
well, I had been applying for jobs even during COVID. I lived in Houston, so I went to college at. I've always wanted to go back there.
Okay.
I would even
What
consider
I'm saying
places
is
in like
ultimately is this: you can't have any reasons. You got to do what you got to do because you only have a few years. See, you approach college and stuff with a sense of urgency. You need to approach this man stuff with a sense of urgency because you mess around and be just like so many other sisters, and then you're gonna overweight, unmarried, and you're gonna only make more money. And what is that gonna do? You're gonna be upset with the men. I would say this now, moving it on. Why don't you have a personal trainer and a nutritionist and an image consultant and a matchmaker?
trainer. I've lost. So I was well over 180. I've lost 50 pounds this year alone. I
Well,
go to the
see,
gym
see,
6 times a
see,
week. Went to the
see,
gym
right?
twice a
See,
day.
let me stop you right there. What's your first, Tina?
Yeah.
That's not cool. You knew you were bigger than 180, and you know I was trying to get to. What's the most you've weighed?
Most I've weighed is 279 pounds.
That's a goddamn shame.
I agree.
Who gonna marry a 300-pound woman?
Well, nobody. And that's why I got my butt in the gym and lost a lot of all that weight.
And that's what I mean. I need women like you to start telling sisters, not in a lackadaisical kind of way. I need you in a real way to say, hey, sis, let me tell you, don't be like me. Don't allow yourself to get above 150 pounds. Worry about your most important thing now is getting your husband. That little piece of degree ain't gonna do much of business out here because you really ain't gonna have no career unless you're going into law. Come on, we need y'all to start telling black women the truth. They don't listen to us, they listen to y'all. And now I hear that you're working on yourself, but you know, um, pay it forward. And good, you have a trainer. Where's the image consultant, the matchmaker?
Mm-hmm.
Where are those people at?
That I don't have.
What?
I don't have any of those. I've been really trying to get the rest of this weight off. I want to lose about 30 more pounds. So that's kind
Again
of
and
like my
again,
game
are
now.
you
Just on
again? Thank you. You see, I said this the other day, guys. Black women always in charge of their own process. You should be in charge of this. I always want to do this, then that, then this, then that. You got to give up control and go to the people who can help. Because this is urgent. You're in Oklahoma City. There are not a lot of high-value black men in Oklahoma City who are single. And if you were 25, that's something else. But you're in a couple of years, you're gonna be 35. So keep in contact. I hope it works out for you. But I hate to hear of sisters who put themselves in a position like that with the weight. I really do. Yeah, guys, the first calls The first call I had was a guy who was 20 years old talking about in order to become high value, you need to sexually transmute your energy. And he's a high school dropout with a kid making, $30,000 a year. He wasn't qualified to talk about it. Second person I talked to was a man who's 40, talk about you need to do this or that. And he's a machinist and he's been out of work for a year and a half. And I'm like, neither of the guys had anything to really put in, so I had to kind of end the calls. So that's what happened on those two. Mary Kay, you need to connect. Go ahead. Lami, what's your name?
LK.
How do you pronounce your first name?
I would not like to announce that because I work for a multinational.
Well, then you can. Oh, I'll tell you what you do then.
Yes, sir.
You can book your one-on-one private consult and then pay me.
Well, no. I just wanted to.
No. This is my show.
Fair point.
This is my show. I have a format. If you don't want to say your name, you can go ahead and book it and be private. But you can't do it that way.
Understood. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You can't just come on my show and talk. I don't know what people think. You got so much going on. I work for Maxwell Smart over here and shit. I don't get it. I just don't get it. All right, we're going to just start admitting people. So much work for Marcellus.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. You got background noise going on. How old are you?
I'm 20 years old. I'm 20.
And you have nothing to. What do you have to talk about for high value?
Well, I wasn't coming in with any, any knowledge that I wanted to share, but I actually just kind of wanted to get some wisdom from you.
Okay, I can't. Okay. That's not what the show is about.
Oh, well.
The show is about being a high value man, and what it takes or requires are women who are bona fide bad chicks. You want wisdom and things like that? That's either a different show or you have to book a one-on-one with me. Thank you. Let me say this to the audience. This is not just to talk about what you want to talk about. If you want something from me outside of the topic, please go to my website and select the service you want. Put in your cart, pay, put in your cart, check out, and then schedule. But I'm not going to allow you to come on my show and just to talk about stuff. All right, let's go for it. Michael.
Hey, what's up, Kev?
It's Kevin. How are you?
Doing good.
What do you have for me? How old are you?
Just calling in.
How old are you?
I'm 33.
Okay. What do you have on me? What do you have on the high value man thing?
I just wanted to thank you for letting brothers my age know it's okay to date women that are younger. I've fallen victim of just kind of being shamed because I've always been attracted to younger women as a 33-year-old. But
now I got to ask you. Are you would you consider yourself to be a high value man?
Not yet. I'm on my way. I feel like I'm on my way.
Okay.
But I feel like
all
not
right.
yet.
All right. Well, just like I said to the previous caller, please respect the show. I mean, is there anything?
Well,
is there any?
Can I give you some of my background? Sorry to cut you off.
Okay. Well, sure, but I have to ask you a question. Have you made more than $100,000 a year
Yes.
for more than 2 or 3 years back to back?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So, for me right now, I started working 60 plus hours a week. So
Good.
before I was making a little bit above six figures, but now I'm pushing, 175 plus. We'll just leave it there.
Okay.
I work as a civil engineer. I'm in construction. I'm
Good.
about 5 Fraternity Incorporated. Currently in grad school for civil.
What did you say,
engineering.
Incorporated?
Alpha Phi Alpha.
Oh, you're an
Fraternity
alpha.
Incorporated.
Oh,
I am an alpha.
okay. 06 over there. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I just wanted to thank you, man, because just last week I, met up with a nice 22-year-old, the same age as, I was getting shamed for being attracted to women this
Why?
age by girls my age.
Of course, because they.
And I felt victim. I felt victim. Kevin, and listening to your channel put me up on game. So now I'm like, of course they're gonna hate on that. You know what I mean? And it felt so natural to hang out with these young 22-year-olds. There was 2 of them, and we were just kicking it. And I ended up just hanging out with one of them. But
so let me ask you:
this,
when I asked you the questions about the income and stuff, now you see why I was asking.
Yeah,
because
that's why I had to get it out there before you cut me off.
Well, because I had 3 previous guys, and see, the thing is, they're going to be younger guys trying to get advice, and I need to at least know that the men are at least in the range to be credible. So I believe what you're telling me lines up. And see, the thing is, when you are a high value man, you don't need to be shamed of that. You need to wear that proudly and act in it. I mean, you should wear your high value like you drive a red Lamborghini. You don't hide in the shadows with that joker. You drive it on a sunny day for everybody to see. I mean, you had to earn it, and every other race of men can wear high value proudly. Black men are shamed for doing the same things everybody else can do. Funk that.
They are. They are. And I wanted to ask you, I'm new, I guess, to what you consider high value. I just started working 60 plus hours maybe 2 or 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I've noticed, the girls that I've dated before, whenever I kind of had a job change or I left the job and kind of went through a little rut, that's when they kind of dipped off on me. So I guess my next question is, someone who's coming up new, into, building his way up, what would you say the next step is? I'm dating women that are I feel suitable.
Well, okay. Are you still in corporate America?
Yeah, I work in construction management, so I feel
do you want to own your own business, or do you foresee yourself being like the regular 70 or 80% of people and work with somebody the rest of your life?
I believe I will own my own business later in my career once I pass the PE exam and get some experience more in design.
Well, those are two different tracks, though. So here's the thing. 1, don't dip in your income. Black women will not accept that. That's it.
Yeah.
I've done it too. They won't accept it. And the thing is, I'm telling brothers, this is the truth. They want you to pay all the bills. They don't want that responsibility. If you deal with one, here's the thing. Accept that if that's the price of admission for that particular kind of woman. I don't fault them for it. Just don't dip. Live below your means. So if there is a dip or something like that, you can adjust for it. But here's the thing. The reason I was asking corporate or private, if you're going to be in corporate America, there's a marriage that needs to be in your future because you're going to get capped. You don't see any middle. Exactly. You don't see any middle or upper executive single men.
That's why I had to pick up another job. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna have an entire show about marriage because in the Black community, we don't push marriage as a business and as a way to increase income, wealth, and things like that. But there's a reason average-looking white dudes marry average-looking white women, and they tend to make more because they can consolidate households. They can do all this other kind of stuff. So, but I'll do a show on that next comment. But thank you for answering the questions because some people may like. Well, I have to ask that when it regards money because somebody's gonna be listening. Appreciate it, man. Join Patreon.
Okay.
All right then. Peace out.
Thank you.
All right. Next up is Mary Kay. Mary Kay, I need you to unmute yourself. Mary Kay. Let's see. I'll ask Chris. Okay. Mary Kay, how are you? Mary Kay going once. Mary Kay going twice. Mary Kay is now muted. All right. Chris, you can unmute yourself. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Yes, hello. How are you?
I am well. Your name is Chris?
Yes, my name is Chris.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
26 years old. Are you in your are you firmly in your career?
I'm a junior attorney. I'm a baby attorney, as they like to call me. So
Okay.
I'm relatively recently barred, and I make a lot of money. I would consider myself a Henry, nonetheless.
Okay. Probably hit squad. Henry in training.
Right. I see.
All right. So what do you? So when you are you dating actively? Where do you come down in this whole subject? Because if you sound like you're on the Henry side, but that
Yes, I definitely am dating. However, time is my biggest struggle because I work 60 to 80 hours a week on average. Sometimes it's even more than that. So my biggest struggle is spending time with these women and having it wasted ultimately.
hold up. I got to challenge that.
Yeah,
The average CEO of a Fortune 2000 company works how many hours a week?
I couldn't tell you.
Is it closer to 80 or is it closer to 60?
I'd probably argue closer to 80.
Right. So over here, 60 hours is the price of admission. We don't get medals for 60 hours. 80
Right,
hours is the cost of being in the top 10% to be in the top 5%. That's
Right,
the
absolutely.
cost. So what I'm saying is men in those ranges still successfully date. If you're wasting your time, how are you going about vetting these women for the little bit of time you have?
Yeah, see that so I have a little bit of a weakness for a certain type of woman,
Okay.
if you want to call it that.
So in other words, you're vetting with your eyes.
Yeah. I'm definitely
Well,
vetting with my eyes.
then you're gonna stay. Let me just stay. I'm gonna hit you. I'm about to give you. I'm about to go ahead and I'm about to go ahead and give you an uppercut. Okay, I'm serious. I'm about to give you an uppercut. So prepare for yourself. You're gonna stay a junior attorney if you keep vetting with your eyes.
Yeah, definitely. That's my biggest struggle right now.
Okay, well then that means you don't vet. Okay,
I mean,
matchmakers work, or
Mhm.
guys can put a gauntlet around them and have men around you. But you have a gauntlet takes time. You have to have people that you respect enough to substitute their judgment for your own. You don't just get those overnight. But
Right.
getting a woman, are you just doing short? If you're just doing short term, that's fine. But that's about 5% of your time, 5 to 7% of your time. You don't have to have any commitment. But be honest, man. When you meet these women, are you telling them up front, "Hey, I'm a busy man. I only have a little time. I'm just trying to get in and do this"? Are you kind of just soft shoeing this shit, letting them think it could be something that it ain't?
Do I tell them? I tell them with my actions, not necessarily my words.
Ah, that's some bullshit.
If
Some bullshit.
if that means
No, nigga, no, nigga, no, Mr. Attorney. Permission to treat the witnesses hostile, Your Honor. Negro. If you're a busy junior attorney, tell these women the truth. I am here for a short time, not a long time. I don't have time to waste, and I want to share some sexual time with you and let them decide. See, what you're afraid of is they're not going to give you the ass if you be honest with them. And honestly, you probably get the ass better and not waste your time. Women only want the truth.
You think so?
Nick, what? Who you talking to? Women
No,
want the truth. Don't take their
right,
choice from them. See, you're wasting. See, let me be honest. You're wasting time trying to run weak game
right.
versus just being upfront and saying, "Hey, I'm a busy man. I find you attractive. I'm not really ready to commit to a long-term relationship right now. That may be something in the future when I decide that path. I don't know if that's you or not, but the time we have together, so I only have time for a little bit. So when we're together, I need to know we're going to be intimate because I don't have time to waste. I love to go out and have dinner, but I don't have time to do sleepovers and this and that. You got to let women know the deal. That's what I've done all my entire life. And no
And I
woman
hear
can ever call me a dog. Stop taking these women's choices.
I respect it.
Cool, man. And because see, guys, doing that soft game, you open yourself up to manipulation and all other kind of stuff. And honestly, it's just a waste of time, man.
I'd say manipulation isn't really something I have experienced, or I don't think I'm susceptible to it. But I have met some crazy ones.
We're all susceptible to manipulation when you playing game. There's a winner and there's a loser. Don't believe that shit. All right, partner. I'll talk at you. Thank you. Who is this? 209. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Can you hear me?
First name.
Melvin.
Melvin?
Yes, sir.
What do you got for me, Melvin? How old are you?
I'm 34 years old.
And where are you calling from?
I'm from Central California, Central Valley.
Central California. Okay. Are you a quote unquote high value man?
Yes, I am.
All right. What do you got on the topic? There we go. Oh boy. That's all it takes. See? That money dividing line. When guys who got upset and say, you either are or you are not. You are or you are not. Yeah, if you're not there, you can't play the high value game because eventually the money thing will come up. It will. Sammy.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Samuels?
I'm well. Yourself?
Pretty well, thank you.
Good. How old are you?
I'm 25.
Okay. And what do you have on? Would you consider yourself a high value man?
Yeah, I would say so.
Well, let's test that. How much did you make last year?
Well, I had finally just gotten my new job into a new field, so I'm making good money. But last year I was not quite there. But I was.
Okay, that's just a direct answer.
Last year, like 70.
Okay. And then what are you projected to make end of next year?
Oh, I'm at 100.
Okay. So you would likely be what I call hit squad, Henry in training. See, there's nothing to be, where you are is where you are. Don't be ashamed of it. Just say it. If you're just now getting started at 25, that's perfectly acceptable. But see, women, what do you have? What did you want to come down on the topic? What did you have for me before we get started?
So this high value female that I've been pursuing over the course of a few months, who I met from my new job.
Okay.
But like we're not like close. Like
she's a coworker.
Yeah, but it was at an alternative work site, so I don't see her unless like I go there a couple times a month. But I started chatting with her on Skype, which is what our organization uses.
Okay.
And so I had been pinging her like 3 times, and the 4th time I had the confidence to tell her like more, assertively, like, hey, like I actually think I think you're attractive. Let's go out. And then she's like, oh, I'm not that easy. I need a little bit more time. So, I looked up her Facebook, I looked up her Instagram and stuff, and it looks like she had just gotten out of something. And that's probably why she was kind of just, leaving me on red after going back and forth the first 3 times. But then, so I said, okay, cool, take your time. And she's like, oh, you're a gentleman. And I was like,
stop. This is going to end bad.
Okay. All right, look, she hit me up.
No.
Is what I'm trying to say. Now she's hitting me up, and I got a date set up.
This is going to.
But I'm a little nervous.
This is going to end bad.
Okay, what's up?
You don't have the confidence to deal with a woman at her perceived level.
Okay.
You don't have the enough confidence or wisdom to deal with a woman you perceive at her level. Number one, if you saw her, why didn't you just shoot? If you had the confidence, let's say, let me give it to you this way. Okay, your first name is what? Sammy.
Sam.
Sam. Okay, Sam. Let's say I snap my fingers, and all of a
Mhm.
sudden you had $750 million in the bank.
Right.
Would you have still approached this woman the same way?
Um,
Would you,
like I wouldn't even be at work, so I would have never met her.
that's not no. You know what I'm saying. Don't play the game.
Like I would probably have, yeah, I'd probably see myself higher value. Yeah, I would have approached her differently.
So you can't even answer the direct question. You don't even want to play the game. You have a confidence issue. The net of it is you took the weaker role and work with somebody you work with. This is all bad. Abort.
No, like we would never cross paths
Okay.
at work.
Okay. I said it's going to end bad, but some people have to learn the hard way.
Wait, this is all because of the work thing? Like don't mess with people that you work with?
No, you don't shit where you eat. And you're already in the beta position. You're already in the weaker position, the chasing position, and you're going back and forth on, what'd you say, Skype?
No, but I said that she had.
You're going back and forth on what?
Yeah, Skype chat. But she is starting.
Skype chat. Is that Skype chat? Is that on your work machine?
The work computer.
Uh-huh.
I'm saying she's been.
Is that on your work computer?
Yeah. But I got her number and we've been texting. I'm getting smacked.
You're goddamn right.
I do like to smack.
I mean, honestly, dude, you sound like you're a few years out. If I were you, you need to keep your head down, work, get on your purpose, leave women like this alone. You're not ready for them. You're not confident enough in who you are, what you bring to the table, anything. This nervous energy, this laughter is a tell. The fact that you got this one-itis and you think that it's appropriate to deal with somebody, even at a remote site, is another problem. The fact that you are going back and forth indecisively, leaving a paper trail on work machine is another problem. What is the company's policy on fraternization? If you don't know it for sure, that's another problem. Then you asked her out and she slow played you, and then you actually said, well, I'm not done this. And then you went stalking her Facebook and all this. Dude, stop it before you get fucking fired. You're not ready. That's why I say high value is not just about money. Or you can you can try it your way and see how it works.
So
gentlemen, see what I said earlier? That many of you guys in your 20s are completely unready for bona fide baddies in your 20s. I said it at the beginning. You're not ready. They have outpaced you. That chick is going to turn him upside down, inside out, and just play with him. He's already playing himself. You need distance between you and a woman. You need gap between you and a woman. You need to be here and she needs to be here, not roughly at the same place. And the fact that he's arguing me up and down on this is sad. David, you can unmute yourself.
Hey, Kevin.
How are you? Where are all the ladies at? How are you, David? What? How old are you?
I'm 29.
29.
I'll be 30 in September.
Cool. So what do you have on this whole high value thing?
Well, I love your perspectives, for one, and a lot
Oh,
of
before we
things
get
you
into
talk
that though, before we
about
get into that,
are things I've been through.
before we get into that though, would you consider yourself a high value man?
Yes,
Okay. Uh, are you over six figures?
yes,
For how many years?
5.
5 years. Okay. What do you do for a living?
I'm a stock trader.
Good. Where'd you go to college?
I went to Illinois State University, got my degree in finance.
Cool. Did you pledge a fraternity?
I did not.
Okay. Go ahead. So you're 20, how old?
29, be 30 in September.
Go good. So go for it.
So I'm from Chicago, and I've dated a
Are you
lot of
still in
women.
Chicago?
I am.
You got a bulletproof vest
Man, I want to relocate just because it's getting crazy up
Bro,
here.
I mean, seriously, man. I mean, really? I think I heard they said it was like over 117,000 gang members in Chicago,
That's probably accurate.
broken into 70 some odd different gangs. I mean, it was just crazy.
It's young guys, it's lost sets. I'm not involved with none of that. But
I mean, I love Chicago. It was my favorite city, but it makes me sad that I won't go. I won't go. I ain't even visit. But go ahead. And then the Chicago women, man, they are something else.
that's whew. I'm glad you understand that, because my experience is mostly I deal with a lot of brats and a lot of masculine women, and as a position as a high value man, I don't want to deal with a lot of what they bring.
Do you follow Minister Jap's channel?
I do not.
You need to follow Minister Jap. He's a brother out of Chicago, and I'm gonna tell you, Chicago, in his opinion, and I share the opinion, has some of the most dangerous women in the country. Gang affiliated, somebody in their family ganged up. I thought Philly women were bad. Chicago, bruh. Why you?
Everybody knows somebody in jail.
Why you? Why? Okay, if you were to live somewhere else, where would you live?
I was gonna move to either New York City or Atlanta.
Go.
Yeah, I want to.
Atlanta's great. Black women. It's a different lifestyle down here. Everybody look like they belong in a rap video, but it's 17-1 down here. I love New York City. And if I were a stock trader, I would probably go to New York City. I mean, I just love the city. When's the last time you visited New York City?
Last September.
And the women in New York City are just freaking fantastic. I mean, the quality of women are just different.
Yeah, it's like the Eastern Board just has like the classy eclectic women.
Then so you're gonna move, right?
Of course.
Okay, so then you move. Then you could talk to a whole. When I lived in New York City, there was a whole different caliber of woman, and there's a whole different caliber of things to do. You go to the Met, you go to a show. I mean, dating in New York is great because you work on the Upper West Side, Upper East Side. She's in Midtown. You guys can meet at a restaurant and have your date, and then if you decide you want to go back to her place, your place, and it's a wrap. New York City is great for dating. Now, you're a stock trader.
Yes.
What do you plan to be in 10 years in your career?
Well, I want to milk this cow because this is kind of like what my life goal was.
I know, but it's a very high stress, high turnover.
Yeah, I own a business too. I've been owning a credit repair company for 5 years.
So would you stay in corporate America or would you do your own thing?
Well, I left corporate America in 2015. So
okay, so benefit good. Now the reason I ask is because then even better. New York will be a mecca. Go to New York, get a rotation. Talk to me later.
Well, you reinforced my ideas, Kevin. So thank you.
There you go. I mean, I would. Shit. A stock trader. Oh my God. Bergdorf Goodman. Go ahead, man. Bye. Go on. Later.
All right.
I'm serious, man. That's just it's a fucking rap, man. Mark. Mark Peter, how are you?
Yes, Kevin. Can you hear me? I'm doing good. How about you?
I am well. How old are you?
I'm 25.
25 years old. Would you consider yourself a high value man?
Yes, I would.
Okay. Have you crossed six figures yet?
Yes, I have. This year it's gonna be my first year crossing figures in the US.
Okay, so that means you would not necessarily officially be high value, but if you do it back to back, you would probably be Henry in training. That's all that hit squad. So what do you have for me on the topic? 25, you said?
Oh, yes, I'm 25.
Okay.
So I moved into the US, and I'll say I'm in the threshold of.
Oh, would you? Who just came in there? That was you, Mark? Let me unmute you. Mark, go ahead and unmute yourself. Mark.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. You just bumped the other guy. But anyway, your first name is Mark. How old are you,
Yes.
Mark?
27.
27. Would you consider yourself a high value man?
I consider myself a hit.
Hit squad?
Because
hit squad?
I consider myself a part of the hit squad because December of 2019 I graduated with a bachelor's in computer engineering.
Okay.
And I'm currently going for my master's and will graduate in fall 2020 with my master's in cybersecurity.
But are you currently working?
Yeah, I'm a security consultant.
And how much are you gonna make annually?
Well, I'm around 70 right now.
Okay.
And then I'm currently in transition.
Okay.
So I'm
so
not sure
officially you cannot you can be a higher earner, but to be really in the hit squad, you have to have at least you got to be able to touch six figures inside of 12 months and reproducible. But anywho, that's just my own criteria because I like to push. I want it to be special to where everybody can't do it. If a guy making 70 can be in a hit squad, then a guy who's making 100 for the last 2 years, 130 for the last 2 years, those can't be the same. But what do you have on me? What do you have on the topic?
I thought the hit squad was Henry's in training.
They are. You can be a Henry in training, but let me go ahead to the next one. Are you actively dating? What are you doing?
No. My question had to do with why do you? Because it's maybe it's a general question, but I was like, why do you think marriage is one of those things that are like really important for people who want to be in corporate America for a high position?
Okay.
Like you said.
Why do I think marriage is something important?
Yeah, you said something about.
Well, have you been how long? Okay, what do you see in corporate America as far as who are the managers, upper managers, middle managers, executive managers? Who are they?
Married people.
There's your answer. I mean, do I need anything? Does there need to be anything other than that? Who are the workers?
Okay, I guess the reason why you said is because that's just who they are. That's just.
Well, no, because if you stay a single man, you'll be able to. Does your manager, executive manager, do the people above you make money off of your labor?
Yes.
Right. In corporate America, there's a hierarchy, there's a structure, and there are written and unwritten rules. And single, unattached men do not excel past a certain level. My question is, why is that troubling to you?
No, it's not troubling. I just was curious.
Well, I mean, why does it give you a moment of pause? Because if you're in corporate America, that should almost like you should see that. Like, yeah.
No, I do. I just thought that,
Do you plan on getting married?
I didn't think that, out of all the, the skills you get.
Do you plan on getting married?
Yeah.
Yeah. What out of all the skills? Your skills mean shit. So what? The job you applied for, how many applicants did they have for it?
A lot.
They all had the same skills too, right?
Yeah.
But they had to choose one. So your skills mean shit. In this thing, it's about your soft skills. And sadly, guys on the tech side tend to want to believe that Your hard skills is what matter, and they don't. Your hard skills keep you a rat on the wheel running, while the soft skills get the people above you making money off of your labor. Unmarried men do not progress like married men. The science is settled. The statistics are in. So if you want to progress, you give yourself a better chance by playing the game the way everybody else does it. But unfortunately, black men, more than any other group of men, tend to want to try to do it ice skating uphill. So by what age do you plan on being married?
Next year.
Oh, cool.
I just this is kind of eye opening because
You have a girlfriend?
Yeah, I've been with her for about 13 years now.
13 years?
Mm,
How old are you again?
27. I didn't put too much value on soft skills, but
Wait. Hold on. You lean back in. 13 years?
Yeah.
How old is she?
27. As a matter of fact, she made a she was like mad at me, but in a funny way, because we were watching your show last week, and she
Okay.
was like, "You put me in a danger zone."
Well, but the thing is, seriously, in all honesty, if you guys were to break up, do you feel like you could find somebody as good or better than her for you?
No.
What's the problem then?
I was so focused on
You just
making
didn't
it.
think she'd leave your ass. You got comfortable. And see, this is another reason single guys don't move up, because you get comfortable. You know what makes a man not comfortable? A mortgage, mouths to feed, dresses to buy, braces to buy. You just soloing under the star. A woman with you for 13 years, bro. I'm gonna just tell you, you're fortunate that she hasn't decided to bounce. That's crazy. And if she's watching my channel,
She is. I was so focused on getting my education. I mean, that was what I was preaching since
yeah,
I was a kid, and
no, that's a lie. You already have your education. You basically got her young. She's accustomed to you. Did she lose her virginity to you?
Yes.
You don't fuck if you don't go ahead and make an honest woman out of her. You're one of those kind of men that we all deserve to laugh at. If you blow this one, I mean, you're joking. I'm telling you right now, dude. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but you don't know what it's like to date out here.
Yeah.
Do you think you would? Do you think you would do well? Do you think you would do well trying to date out here?
I mean, I guess not.
No. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, 'cause your personality is, do you think you'd actually really have the courage to step to somebody, shoot your shot, make it happen, do this, make an honest woman out of her, stop trying to better deal or wait. You're wasting time.
No, I'm not trying to better deal.
I said better deal or wait. I didn't say either or. I said better deal or wait. What are you waiting for? Seriously, what are you waiting for?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it in a month.
Are her parents? Is she from this country?
No, she's from Haiti.
Okay. All right. Are you guys living together?
No.
Okay. Where does she? Is she in an apartment?
Yeah, she just graduated with her nursing.
Well, I'm trying to ask, is she paying rent somewhere?
Mm-hmm.
How long has she been paying rent?
Maybe 6 years, maybe.
What city you live in?
Miami.
Miami. And how much would you say her rent is?
Maybe 700.
Huh?
700 maybe.
She lives in a shoebox in Miami. What kind of hovel is she living in Miami?
It's a 1 bedroom apartment.
But in Miami, I mean, 700. You okay? Is it near campus or something?
Yeah.
All right.
Near,
Even
near
according
her.
to what you said, Mark, you fucked off $50,400 in her rent alone. 50,400. That's before are all bills paid in her apartment?
Yes.
All right. All bills paid. Still, see, you and her only know each other. Stop waiting. Have your nice little ceremony. Don't break the bank. Get her a ring. Get her a dress. Let her walk down the aisle. Make this legal, and carry y'all's ass off and do what you've been doing.
Thank you.
All right. I want an invitation.
I got you.
All right, I do. I'm serious. I want a damn invitation. I'm gonna get some.
I got you.
All right, man. Peace out. That's some good shit. Bruce, go ahead.
Hi. Hi. Kevin, can you hear me?
I can. Your first name is
Am I
Bruce?
too loud? Yes, first name Bruce.
Okay, Bruce. How old are you?
I'm 45.
45?
Yes.
Okay. Would you consider yourself a high value man?
100%, yes.
Cool. You've crossed six figures?
I crossed six figures when I started at 21.
Awesome.
Undergrad, yeah, undergrad MIT,
All right.
MBA Harvard.
Awesome. So, are you single? Are you single? Unmarried? What are you?
I've, oh gosh, let me not tell on myself. No, I am single. Yes. I have a number of women that I tend to date.
Why not? I mean, you should. So, what do you have on me for the topic about high value men and bad chicks?
Yeah, my pleasure. So, in my humble opinion, I was blessed to have my great grandmother alive until I was 5 years old. So, when I look back and I look back at, I feel that a lot of men, especially if they come from good families and they see a lineage of good women, they have a tendency to know what high value women even look like, right? So, like when I look at my great grandmother, both of my parents are educators, and including most people will say things such as, "Wow, I know the number of people who don't even have dinner with their family. When I think back, I can't remember not having dinner with my family." So I just feel that having a background of knowing what high value women look like gives you, you have a more intelligent view of like the women. A lot
So,
of
if
the
you've
women
been
that I
doing
deal
this,
with don't even
so
have
if you've been
don't
a
even
high
have an
value man
Instagram.
since you were 21 and you're 45,
Yes.
what's
Yes.
next for you in your romantic life?
Definitely marriage, 100%. Yeah. So I wanted to in my early career, Kevin. I was traveling. I lived in Japan. I lived all over.
Right.
So it wasn't conducive.
Okay.
Yeah.
It makes
So,
sense.
but
I mean,
now
yeah.
I am at the point where yes.
Well, I mean,
Yeah. So definitely marriage.
in this country, I tell guys 35 or 40 is when you really should start looking, because you need to really be able to be in the position to be able to pay the bills, have a resume, a track record, have gotten some stuff out of your system, so you can really be ready to do what it is to take it to the next level. You sound like you're in a position. See, thank you for calling in, Bruce. I got to get to some more of these guys. We got 8 people in here, but thanks for calling in, brother.
Yes, thank you.
See, these guys are out there, and you notice that you tend to hear there's a common vibe you tend to hear from a lot of these guys. Ben, D, JD, you guys can unmute. Ben, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 30 years old. I'm in the DC area, so I consider myself a hit squad. I'm over 6 figures.
Okay. So, what do you
But
have on the
on
subject?
the topic, okay.
What do you have on the subject?
Yeah, on the topic. So I'm in a relationship now. We've been in a relationship since April. But on the topic of, high value men and high value women, and can you handle, a bad one? It was definitely for myself. I've dated, attractive women, but that was simple because it's in and out, in and out. It's the same. But being in a relationship, I definitely think it's something that a lot of guys don't.
It's a different skill set.
Exactly. Perfect way to put it.
Different skill set.
But yeah, the skill set and how I had to shift my mental was, and I've told her this. We actually watch we watch your videos just all the time and say, it's late. Oh, he's on. He's live. Oh, let's get it. Like, popcorn and everything. But the skill set I think that a lot of guys miss is that the affordability of a relationship doesn't change. And when women are more attractive, the price of a relationship is still the same. They just get more attention. They're used to more attention.
Mhm.
So for me, it was just that mental shift and understanding like, you get attention, but so does she. And so, I don't know. I mean, I didn't really have a huge question. I definitely just wanted to call.
You're breaking up.
For a while. Oh,
go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're kind of breaking up. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. But like I said, I call in, but I would consider myself hit squad. I'm 125 right now, IT professional. And I know you asked previously, other callers. I've been over six figures for 3 years.
Oh, cool.
But at 30, just working.
Well, the thing you had, you're breaking up. I'm gonna let you get on to the next thing, but I think you had the most important input was short term hooking up and all that other stuff is a vastly different skill set than a relationship. And here's the problem: many of today's men and many of today's women did not have an opportunity to practice those skills at a younger age where there was a lower cost. Many of today's men and women did not have an opportunity to practice those skills at a younger age where there's a lower cost. Today, men trying to date, practice, it's a higher cost, and women's cost is time. We're going to go ahead and get through these last few calls. JD, go ahead and unmute yourself. What do you got?
Hey, Kevin, can you hear me?
Yeah, what do you got? How old are you?
32.
32. Would you consider yourself a high value man?
Yes, sir.
Cool. And you crossed six figures, right?
Yeah, for the past 5 years.
Cool. So what do you have on me for the topic? Can you handle a bad chick? Beauty costs.
Yeah, so about that, right? My fiance, I would say, is a bad chick.
Mm-hmm.
Based on, I'm not sure. I wasn't here in the beginning of the video, so I'm not sure what your definition was.
It don't matter. She's your fiance. She better be a bad chick.
Yeah.
No matter what I think, that's your fiance. She's a bad chick.
Yeah. But I got to say that, the whole development process, it took me time to get to this point of, confidence. And with her, when we were younger, there were some times where I felt like that bad chick went to her head. So a few too many times. And to be honest with you,
right,
it's a blessing that we together now. But
how long y'all been together?
Off and on for the past 9 years.
Well, that's one of the potential downsides to dating quote unquote bad chicks, because it can go to their head. I mean,
yeah,
it can.
And I think,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think the age too. I mean, I'm 32, right? So we're out of college.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one getting in clubs for free.
Right.
I'm doing all the pain and everything. So I was making money
and how old is
doing
she?
things, and she's 30.
Okay, so if she's a bad chick, see, you're lucky. Y'all are lucky to still be dealing with each other.
I know,
because she went through her primary years. Yeah, so you had to deal with a lot of shit. Because when she was fine, getting in the clubs, getting in the VIP, dudes were trying to shoot their shots at your chick when you was still trying to be the Henry. Yeah, that's fucked up. Been there.
Yeah, we talked about it, and it's funny, we were talking about this specific episode before I called in, and I would assume if she was here, she would say the same thing, but one thing is that she owns it, and I own it.
Yeah. Well, you got memories. I mean, you
Yeah.
can. I mean, like, you can laugh about it. Remember when I was feeling myself a little too much when I was 26 in a little black dress in the club? And yeah. Because see, now now it's gonna flip towards you.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. So she's your fiance.
Yes, sir.
When are you guys planning on when is the wedding?
It's this fall, like in September.
Oh, cool. I want some pictures, man. I want some pictures.
All right,
I
we
want to
got
start
you, man.
posting some pictures on my that's good, man. I like to hear that, man, because it's hard for a Henry and a baddie at a young age to stay together, because there's a lot of pressure on the baddies. And then brothers, the Henrys can start to feel some kind of way when they're in their hit squad. I mean, you can want to probably
Yeah, can I say something about that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So one of the things I think that was different is that, I did meet her at a young age, so she kind of was more or less like, I know her. So when I met other women that were doing the same thing, it was like, well, look, I'm not taking that mess from you.
Right.
If I wanted that, I would have that over here.
Right.
And that's one thing that I think that, when we looked at everything, is, hey, look, well, I know you, you know me, and let's make this work.
Yeah, you made a decision.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
That's good stuff, man. I think that's a good call to end it on. Appreciate it, my friend.
All right. You have a good night.
All right. Yeah, man. See, let me tell you something, man. This whole high value thing, it sounds good, but if you don't want those kind of problems, it's like saying, do you really want a certified bad chick? Do you really want those kind of problems? Can you handle those kind of problems? When you have when your lady is the lady that all the security guards or bouncers let in the club for free, when you got to stand in line, but she gets to go in the club for free and she's in VIP, can you handle every dude with paper and pockets far deeper than your six-figure job, legitimate self? But these guys got real money. When you talk about NFL, NBA, actors, entertainers, they'll let your girl in the VIP and she's sitting down, no thank you, I'm over here with this guy. Is your ego going to be all right? Or are you going to be like, I know you want to go over there with them? Can you handle her being bad? Because that's jacked up, man. If you got a bona fide bad chick, everybody's going to be looking at her and somebody going to shoot their shot. And you got to be confident enough to just let that shit roll off your back like water off a duck's back. You got to let it move, man. You cannot punish her for her beauty. You cannot punish her because she is bad. And that's why I say some of y'all, I don't know if average ain't a bad thing, man. Average ain't a bad thing. All right. YouTube has been doing some stuff the last couple of nights, man. Doing something the last couple of nights. But anyway, I wanted to have this subject. Let me see if we can get this last one in. I wanted to have this last subject because one, some of the guys wanted to get in and speak. Two, I know it can sound glamorous when you hear influencers making videos, passionate, spitting this and that and rah, rah, rah. Man, knowing yourself and knowing what fits you is one of the best things in life. Case in point. When I was living in New York City, I loved it. But there was a point where I really started to dislike it for certain reasons. And I asked myself at one critical time, do I really like living in New York? I mean, let's say I lost my job let's say situation changed. I asked myself a question. Do I like being here more for what it says about me or the fact that I like being here? And I said, you know what? And I weighed it out. I did a little Ben Franklin. And I said, really, I like being here more for what it says about me. 2 weeks later, I was living in Dallas. I don't hold myself to things. I don't torture myself. I'm like, you know what? I like New York City, but I also like, new construction. I like a grocery store. I like, that there's a Kroger next to a CVS, and there's a Wingstop here, and there's a Papado over here, and there's a Taco Bell over here, and there's a strip mall, and it's clean. In New York City, it's an old city. It's cramped. It's a different way of living. I like being able to go to McDonald's. I missed hash browns. I miss biscuits. I mean, in New York, you could get a roll, you get home fries. I mean, I missed carpet. New York, the floors are hardwood or linoleum. I miss parks. I miss bike riding. I missed quiet. And knowing that, I was able to say, this is great, but does it fit me now? I can go back now and love it. If I move back to New York City, I ain't leaving. And I said it on Instagram, and I even said it in my mix group. Should I stay in Atlanta after October? Or should I go to LA? Stay in Atlanta. Black Mecca, a lot of black folk down here is kind of compact. Or should I go? I've lived in New York City before. Or should I say, you know what? I did a year in Atlanta. Should I go do a year in LA and then decide where to go? Stay in Atlanta or go do a year in LA. See, the cool thing about LA is, as a social media influencer, there is so much in LA. So many content creators, so many things out there. Younger, hipper. The women are en fuego. I could see it. Part of me misses New York City though, man, but I don't know. I've never lived in California. I wouldn't go to the Bay Area. The women in the Bay Area just were not appealing to me. 20 years ago when I thought about moving there, I was looking around, I was like, ooh, no, these women. Seattle, if I go west, it'll probably be LA. Not San Diego, thought about it. So should I go to LA? What should I do? LA or Atlanta? LA. I'm a little upset right now because Becky out there sick. Here's the problem. Here's the thing. It does not matter how well you are positioned financially. Car problems suck. So here's what I want to end this on. Look, man. Bad chicks, bona fide bad, they come with their own unique sets. I love them. But my personality is set up to deal with that kind of stuff. I would not recommend them for most guys. Because, I like that. But you don't have to be a Henry as a man to be successful or live a happy life. Nor do you have to be a bona fide bad chick. I think that's what a lot of people on these channels get confused and get ticked off. They hear these things, and the influencers say these things, and they think, well, if you're not this, then life is garbage. Well, a high value man has to make a lot of money or he's nothing. No. But high value starts with money. And it is rare and uncommon. Or else it wouldn't be special. And just because you may not be that, do you even want what comes with all that? At the end of the day, know thyself. Know what works for you, what fits with you, and live the life that makes you happy. Do me a favor. Make sure you turned on your notifications. And make sure you have them set to all. Make sure you check to see if you're subscribed, because I don't know what's happened with YouTube here lately. But more interesting things coming up. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're an editor, a video editor, I'm looking for an editor to take my videos and kind of shorten them down, make kind of trailer format. I'm also looking for somebody to actually edit my daily videos. I got a lot of daily videos I shoot. I just don't have time to edit them. If you're interested in being an editor, here's what you do. I need to see your work. You know, the 2 videos I uploaded earlier today, that brother stepped me the right way. He said, "Hey man, I heard you, and here's what I did with it." That's how you get business done, guys. You know, with somebody like myself, show me what you can do, because I'm looking for somebody to do 4 or 5 pre-recorded videos a week, and then cut these things up into sections. The interview section, maybe a compilation video. I got a lot of stuff that I need to do. That's before even the podcast. And I'm going to tell you, your godfather's been contacted by several folks here in the last couple of weeks. It's about to go down over here. You're going to people on Instagram with millions of followers, women on Instagram with millions of followers. I like your videos. Hey, let's do some collaborations. So if you like beautiful, attractive women, don't be surprised if you see the Around Atlanta vlogs, or I don't know what I'm going to call it, but here's my goal. I'm going to start collaborating with beautiful female influencers. And what we're going to do, we're going to talk about doing a video on this or that. Hell, we just may go on. We're going to go to a restaurant, almost like a date vlog, but it won't be a date. It'll be content. See, I like beautiful women just for the sake of it. I got a message today from a restaurant that I like, and they said, on Tuesday at 6:30, we're having a wine thing and a flight with that. I'm like, you know what? That would be dope to go to just to film it. But you don't want to go by yourself, and you don't necessarily want to go with somebody you're dating. See, the women I deal with in my personal life are not public people. You're never gonna see my private life on here. But hanging out with a beautiful, yeah. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised when you look up and be like, they did a collaboration together. Because you know I don't do mud ducks. It'll be good fun. And anybody out, and here's the thing. Every woman I collaborate with, everybody I collaborate with, most women don't agree with this kind of content. But I'm not going to change who I am. That would be an interesting podcast to sit across the table from a female influencer who's not necessarily a diehard feminist or womanist, but has a little bit of that side, just to see how that would go back. That could be something. That could be something. When it's all said and done, I have an idea how I want this thing to work. And you guys can say, I remember when we got this started, when he went and did this and he did that with the theme song and this. This is your show, my platform. If you have any show ideas and things you want to see, anybody you'd like me to collaborate with, let me know. Send me an email. I am open to suggestions. They could be here on Facebook. They can be here on YouTube, on IG, Facebook. Yeah. I think there's some interesting conversations and interesting dialogues. There are all kind of people out there doing stuff. And a lot of people don't know about this side over here. We know about it. But, shout out to Phil and over at the African Diaspora channel. Don't be surprised if you see some more stuff over that way. Guys, it is a great time. I'm so sad that Becky is sick. But I got the little drone here. Got all this stuff over here. Shout out to O'Shea if he's not here. I love what he's doing in this channel with the celebrity junk stuff. So if you have music, I would love to. If you got good music, hit me up. I love to put your music in the playlist. I need an underlying theme song to play while I'm talking. Make your time happen, because right now, at the bottom of that, you could be running your own credit. These platforms are attention and ways to get this out. We can change the image of if we choose to. We can change the image if we choose to. I choose to. So, I choose to. All right, guys, I got to get up out of here. Oh, yeah, it's almost that time, almost 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, special things happen at 1 o'clock. Shh, don't tell nobody. So, until the next time, peace. We are, what is it? Gone. Stop the show.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. No, it's not hard to
Young Pharaoh, that might be interesting.
'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah, lead the way.
Join me on Patreon. Monday, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time for Patreon live streams. Also for video content you can only see there. I need that editor so I can get much more of that Patreon content over here. Join me on IG. That's about to blow up. Join me on IG. I call it the frat room where I go live. Videos you'll only see there. When they're up, when they're up, when they're down, they're down. With my IG, it's going to be a big source. Right along with Facebook. If you're interested in joining my, let me say this. If you're interested in joining my Facebook group, The Mix, understand something. You must answer all the questions, and you have to have a profile picture. If you've applied and you haven't been accepted or something, you need to check to see if you've done all those things. There is a list of about 1,200 people to get in there. I'm going through each of them. So the quicker you can get that done, the sooner you can get in or out. Email me your show ideas to info@bykevinsamuels.com or go to bykevinsamuels.com to book your one-on-one virtual consultation, your corporate or career advice, interpersonal communication, or just your personal advice time. Go over there to the scheduling section, pick the product, and go and pick the date, time, and schedule. Check out, get ready to go.
'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize.
Let me see if I can put this up here real quick. There's other brother did a good job on this. I think he did a good job.
No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow.
You guys remember that? I thought that was pretty funny.
So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll find out better.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, susceptible now. Before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell your good lies.
Get sleepy. Peace.